Hey, I want to talk to you about loneliness. I had this whole script ready for YouTube to create this video, but the scripting and like I have these 3 points, and this is how you're going to overcome it, and this is how I'm going to overcome it. It just seems so inauthentic and prepped, and I really just wanted to share a little bit about my background and the solution for my loneliness, and that. So yeah, and just to relate to maybe something you're going through, I know the deepest loneliness, when all of your friends, all of your family, and everything you ever loved is gone, whether that's physically, mentally, or they're blocked, or you've been isolated, or you've isolated yourself, or whether you've been alienated whether through your own actions or through somebody else's actions. Um, and there's many other types of loneliness. Some people have been lonely their whole lives, but really what it comes down to is the abandonment of yourself. There's plenty of ways to explain why you're lonely. And you could say because they left me, because I don't have a partner, because my kids are gone, they flew the coop. I lost a loved one, I lost my child. There is definitely a difference between loneliness and grief and sadness, although sometimes they go hand in hand as well and overlap each other. But really, like the what loneliness is an outward seeking of happiness and love to feel to make you feel loved, to make me feel loved. And that outward seeking is the cause of the lonely feeling. And that takes time to sink in. It really does. You might not get it right away. It's a spiritual thing. It's deeply spiritual in the sense that your soul is always happy. Your soul is always happy, always full of joy and bliss and connected and whole and complete. And it gets covered, veiled by thoughts and beliefs that say, I'm not enough. I do need something outside of me to make me okay. And that happens really early on in childhood. The loneliness. I mean, not all the time, but a lot of times it happens early in childhood. What to no fault of anybody. I mean, I don't like speaking in absolutes, so no fault. Okay, sometimes there's fault. Okay, and sometimes people do get literally abandoned by their family, their parents, their grandparents, etc., their partner. Um, but the core of it is that you've left yourself and you're seeking outside um, c- uh, solace to fix the inside, which is never it's never long term. Even if you find it, even if you find a partner, even if you find the community or the connections that you want, everything is temporary. So when they're gone, so is your loneliness is back, and the only way to be lonely proof is to come back to yourself. And that is through mindfulness, that is through awareness, that is through meditation. It is through loving you like you want to love your partner, loving you like you want to love your child, you know, taking deep care of yourself. And when you do that, when you continually practice turning your focus and longing around on itself, coming from the source, where is the source of our attention? It's in here somewhere, you know. And when we turn it back around, instead of seeking outside, the those pieces start healing, okay? And when we meticulously and mindfully take care of ourselves with in mind and body and emotions and soul. I'm gonna check my notes to make sure I didn't lose anything here. Take good care of yourself. Get mindful about how you treat yourself. Yeah, bubble baths, and small acts of care for yourself and brushing your teeth and cutting your fingernails and moisturizing your face and taking care of the body, moving the body in yoga or exercise or walking or whatever it is, finger lifts, it doesn't matter, just do something and talk to yourself and be like, good job. Pat your own self on the back. A lot of validation from yourself. You tried well today. It didn't go as planned, but you know what? You showed up. These are what we tell our friends. These are what we tell our loved ones. So why wouldn't we treat ourselves like we treat our loved ones? Okay? You are a loved one. You are a loved one. Love yourself. The way you treat your body is the way the world treats you. Set that as a boundary. If you're treating yourself really well and taking care of yourself and somebody disrespects you or, you know, treats you less than or something, you don't have to put up with that. You also don't have to react. You don't have to deal with it. You can just walk away, block, no contact, put up a boundary, tell them that's not cool. I'm not taking that. You don't talk to me like that. Whatever works for you and your personality, that's fine. Another part of this is emotional diet, okay? And filtering everything that comes in to these senses, ears and your mouth and your eyes and your nose and your touch, filtering everything. What is the best thing for my body? What is the best thing for my mind? What is the best thing for my emotions? Do I want to hang out with people that gossip all day and toxicity, and talk about people and, don't have their own stuff going on? They got to talk about other people. Or am I going to listen to music with lyrics that tell me how to feel or tell me how I should act or do any kind of telling of me? Even when you're listening to music, just think about it. Like, are you just going along because it's a good rhythm, and you want to belong to something? Get real mindful about what you're listening to. Like, I can barely listen to any lyrical music, like, unless it's super high vibe and like talking about some beautiful divine things or something like that, like coming home to yourself or something, like taking good care of yourself or learning to breathe or anything like that. Yeah, this is about protecting your energy, setting boundaries, filtering your media, filtering who you're hanging out with. You become who you hang out with. So, number one, always take care of yourself and hang out with yourself first. Take care of yourself first. Okay, and then the last part of this is when you take care of those three things, going out in community and finding people that are part of your tribe, people that you vibe with, is a lot easier because you're not taking on their energy. You don't have to people please anymore. You're more autonomous. And if you don't know what that means, it means you're like a single unit that doesn't need people. You want people, it's a choice to have people in your life, and it's not a necessity that you have to have. And once you start raising your vibration by doing these self-care things and taking care of yourself, the right people will come into your life, and the right vibration of people will come in and the wrong vibration will go out automatically, almost. If you stand up to somebody and say like, hey, let's not I don't really want to hear about somebody else's stuff, if they're trying to gossip about somebody. I mean, they're immediately like, yee, I can't really deal with this. Or they straighten up themselves and they're like, you're right, I shouldn't be talking about somebody else. Anyways, I hope that you take good care of yourself, pat yourself on the back, give yourself some love, set up beautiful sacred spaces around your house, take care of your space as well, clean the space, clear the space. That's something to do, like, when I don't know what to do. I don't have any friends. I don't know where to go. I'm bored. Take care of your space. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. Read something high vibe, or watch a cool YouTube video like this. So that's all I got for you today about loneliness and being your own best friend. Remember to focus on your breath, and come back to the breath. And yeah, have a great day. Namaste.